Alright, folks, here we are. This is the High Speed Racing Network. Welcome to the live stream. This is the Flyby Truck Series Duels at Daytona. I'm here with my broadcasting partner, Dylan Hervat. And Dylan, you want to walk us through what the format and everything is?
Yeah, so we're about to grid right now, and what's going to happen is all these guys that you see that are on the grid right now actually have already set these positions based on the qualifying laps they ran yesterday in the qualifying for the Clash. So the front two have actually, the person sitting on the pole for this race has actually already locked themselves in to the pole or for the pole in tomorrow's truck race. So the person that's sitting on the pole here should sit on the truck race tomorrow, or should sit on the pole in the truck race tomorrow. So what the other guys are fighting for is to see where they're going to line up. However they finish this race is where they'll line up on the inside row. So this is the inside row from yesterday's qualifying from the Clash. So however they finish this race is where they will line up on the inside. Then you're going to have Duel 2, which will be the people who line up on the outside, who qualified on the outside row, which would be even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. And those guys will be next. And then the person who starts on the pole that race will start second tomorrow, no matter what happens, unless they finish a lap down. And same for the pole sitter here. If he finishes a lap down, he will actually not start on the pole. But so what we're expecting here is hopefully some clean racing and see where these guys start for tomorrow's truck race.
All right, man. So let's run through the starting grid here. As you can see, we have Michael Heath, on the pole here. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of an issue. Dylan, can you continue through that?
Yeah, I have Michael Heath sitting on the pole. In the second spot is Ryan Beckering in the number 31. Third place is John Gallagher in the number 54th. I have Justin Smith in the number 66. Fifth place, Robert Dudley in the 49. I have sixth place, Daryl Arnold. Seventh place, I have Felipe Canute. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Chris A. Fritz is starting 8th on the outside of him. In the row behind them, starting 9th, Hamir Page in that 10th position. Donald Andrews, 11th. We have Steve Law. 12th is Jacob Elder. 13th is Mason Thompson. 14th, we have Kyle Camper. 15th, Kenny Heath. 16th, Connor Trafari. 17th, we have Tyler Kahn. 18th, Willie Cuddy. 19th, Shane DiMantova. And that is going to wrap up the starting positions for these trucks.
All right, my apologies. There was some stuff going on. Had a little bit of an issue, but we're good now. So we are getting ready to go for duel number 1 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Green flag is out. Michael Heath leads him to the line. We are underway.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Heath got a great launch on an inside lane, but it looks like Ryan Beckering on that outside is going to try to stay pretty even with him as they go down into turn number 1.
See Ryan Beckering trying the outside lane, seeing what he can do here. Outside is not very organized yet, and I'd expect these guys to keep it calm here. This is a 45 lap first duel, and in the Clash, there wasn't really any specific thing to race for. These guys were just trying to get a taste of what things were going to be like, and they could be a lot more aggressive in that race than they're going to be able to in this race.
Right, and this will be the smallest field they actually see all weekend. Right. You've got these guys that are, this is only about an 18, 19 car field versus the truck race tomorrow will actually have almost 43 trucks in it. So this is going to be the smallest field they race against. So I wouldn't be surprised here if you actually don't see them, most of them single file out. I know that you're always probably going to have an outside lane. Somebody's always going to want to make something happen, but for the most part, these guys are going to drive single file. This is a pretty long race, so we'll see where everything cycles out.
That's right. So Ryan Beckering has taken the lead, but we have Justin Smith up on the outside in the number 66 with help from Daryl Arnold trying to make the outside lane work, as they enter turn 3, but Heath has
actually, as there's a crash in the back already, the 117 of Donald Andrews actually gets turned around. The 68 was involved. That is the 68 of Jacob Elder. I don't remember exactly what
Very
happened there,
early
but we'll have
caution
to go
here.
back.
Let's
Yep.
go take a look at the replay.
I think the 117 just got in the wall, and the 68 of Jacob Elder really had nowhere to go. Um,
Let's see what
just got too
happened
high
here.
going in the corner.
We're here with
Yeah, that
Donald.
33 truck was also involved.
Oh, was he? Let's go on the far chase view. Actually, no, let's try, this view. You can see he gets up into the wall, and, oh, yeah, 68
Yep,
runs right into the back of him.
Yep,
Comes
just
back
nowhere
up
to
the
go for
track.
that 68, and they're side
Nope.
by side. They're banging doors,
Oh,
and the
man.
33 just has too much of a run coming. Doesn't have
Yeah.
time to check up, and that's kind of a chain reaction there. Connor Trafari looks like he just barely got through that. Nice maneuver by him, but pretty small early caution could have involved a lot more trucks, but
Yeah, for sure.
safe to say that everybody got through that pretty clean.
I'd say about a 3-truck crash here to start this race. Man, really did not expect that this early on.
So we go back live here. We're going to see if anybody actually comes down pit road. And it looks like a couple trucks are actually going to come down. The 50 of John Gallagher is actually going to lead that field on the pit road. It looks like, I would say about 50-50. About 50 of the trucks, or 50% of the trucks stayed out and the other 50 went down. So,
Yep.
just trying to get on a different strategy. That can be a big factor towards the end. And like I said before, even yesterday, I said this a lot too. You can start in the back, and we even saw it with Josh Duke, who was riding around in the back, and he's able to.
Right.
He finished second actually. So
Yep.
and that was only a 25 lap race. So these guys have plenty of time to actually get themselves back up into the front, and so I think a great call by those drivers there to come down pit road.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, why don't we do an interview in here? Let's get Ryan Beckering up in here leading the race. Let's get that guy in here.
All right, we'll see if we can find Ryan here, if he's in a voice chat. Here he is. We'll drag him up here real quick.
See if we can't get a talk with this guy.
All right, Ryan. Dealing with you in the booth. You got copy on us.
I do.
Well, I just want to say great job getting there to the front row, but you know what? Who was your big help trying to get you up there and take control of this race?
My big help was Justin. He gave me a really good push to clear the leader off of turn 2, and I just had to take the opportunity to get down at the bottom.
Now we saw about half the field go down there and pit. What was your reason for actually staying out under this caution and not going in and trying to get on maybe a different strategy than some of these other guys?
Well, the way I look at it, it's only lap 3, so I mean 3 laps of fuel go pretty far, but just trying to be conservative, didn't want to give up any track position, try to stay out of trouble if there's more wrecks.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ryan,
for sure.
oh, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're all good.
Hey, Ryan, it's Hayes. So, it's you would expect drivers to be more careful in a race like this, but we saw pretty early wrecks. So, now that you're in the lead, what's your plan going to be for these? Looks like last 40 laps.
Hopefully try to stay up front, stay out of trouble. If I have to drop back, people start getting too dicey too soon here, I'll try to play it safe and stay out of the way.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to us, and good luck on the restart.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ryan. Good luck the rest of the race.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, that was Ryan Beckering, your current leader here. As you can see, the sun is setting in the background. A beautiful sight here in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, it's actually making the backstretch glow up. You can see these trucks
really
a lot
is.
better here, but it looks like they're going to be coming around here to take the green flag once again here at Daytona, and we'll see what Ryan Beckering can do to keep the lead here.
Gotta wonder if that sun setting might be getting in the driver's eyes. I mean, it could.
I'm sure it'll play a big factor as the race goes on. I actually am curious, will this race end in the dark is what I'm going to wonder.
Well, let's see. Let me look on the cockpit view of Ryan Beckering, and we'll see if the sun's getting in the way at all. Actually, it doesn't look like it would be.
If anything, it's probably going to be most of the factor maybe going down the backstretch into turn 3. 3 and 4 look pretty well shaded, and I'm guessing that's going to carry on through
Seems to be
down
fine.
on the front stretch. But Ryan Beckering is on the front row here with the 60 of Michael Heath. They're going to come right here to take the green flag once again. And that
Alrighty.
Havoc green flag is back out in the air. Great launch by Ryan Beckering, and the 66 of Justin Smith behind him, giving him a great push. The 60 of Michael Heath actually does not really have any help at all in that outside lane. The outside lane just didn't get going, and it's going to probably not really help out Michael Heath at all.
Doesn't look like it. You see the inside lane starting to pull ahead a little bit, but that number 60 of Heath, Daryl Arnold's jumping out behind him, so looks like they might get a run here down the backstretch, and not really. They don't have much help right now, but you can see a couple more trucks are coming up.
Yeah, it looks like the 60 may have gotten to the door there, but that's about it. And the bottom always has more momentum going down to the corners. It's a shorter way around the racetrack. So for these guys, it's probably the preferred lane, at least on the starts. Once the outside lane gets built up, in my opinion, I think it is the best place to be. Maybe not in terms of safety, but in terms of trying to make moves, try to get closer to the front. The outside lane's preferred, but it looks like the 50 or the 60 and the 6 are actually getting pretty decent run going down the straightaways, so the outside lane is definitely getting a little bit more formed up.
Yeah, for sure. You can see the 52, that is Shane DeMontova. He was going to go to the outside, but kind of pulled down, and yeah, you can see most of the guys are on the bottom lane, just trying to take it easy here. But you can see these, looks like 5 guys on top trying to make it work, and don't know if that's going to happen right now.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is trying to get the momentum off the corner, and if that 60 truck, which is the lead truck on that outside lane, does not get the push that he needs, he will not have that momentum down the straightaway, and that's why Ryan Beckering on the bottom of the racetrack, getting a great push by the 66, is able to keep a nose out front, is because that outside lane just is not able to get any momentum to get past these guys, or at least get up to the door and make something happen.
Yeah, and you can see that was I'm trying to figure out who that was. The number 4, Steve Law. They looked like on the bottom they kind of checked up a little bit, but they seem to be getting it back going now. That actually helped the outside a little bit. They've been able to get up to second, but they haven't quite been able to get to the side of
Yeah, one thing we talked about yesterday with me and a couple of my teammates, when you're in these trucks and you're being pushed, whether you're the lead pack car or you're a car leading one of the lines, it's best that truck in the truck in the second row is able to give you the best push that they can, because that second truck is pretty much the heart of the lane that you're running in, because the cars behind them all base their speed and their pushing and everything else like that based on what that second truck delivers to the first one. Like right as we see right now, Daryl Arnold is just right on the back bumper of the 60, which has enabled him to get actually side by side with a 31. And we saw a couple laps ago, he actually was leaving a little bit more than half a car length of distance between him and that first truck, and they weren't able to make up anything. And now that he's on the back bumper of that 60, they're able to make up some ground.
Tell you what, he gave him a good push because Heath actually led that lap. So a very good push by Daryl Arnold on Michael Heath's back bumper. They are doing a good job at keeping that outside lane up there and competitive. And one thing I want to point out, you can see at the back, Willie Cuddy has actually DNF'd. I think he was involved in that first wreck, and I guess the damage was just too much.
Yeah, I think also he was gonna be doing race control, so that might be something to be involved with that. But we're gonna see here. The problem here is that you have the 60 and the 6, which they're doing a great job pushing each other. Daryl Arnold is giving a great push to the 60, but the 50 is kind of laying back a little too far. And as much as that outside lane has been able to get door to door with the leaders, that third truck is going to be a big effect on whether or not they can actually clear for the lead or not.
Yeah, and you can see, looks like Smith. Sorry, just do something real quick. Okay, so you can see Smith. He is trying to figure this out. On the bottom, he's trying his best to push Ryan, but he really just not working. That outside lane gets so much momentum on the straightaways. In fact, they're getting so much that Heath might just clear Beckering for the lead here.
Yeah, it looks like you know, they had a great run coming off turn 4 there, although through the trioval, I think that the 66 was able to deliver a better push to the 31. But you know, it's all depend on these straightaways. If you know, the trioval is definitely an effect on the high lane, not really a great effect because you know, the bottom lane has that shorter distance around there, and they are able to gain a little bit of time back, and that might just be enough to where that outside truck cannot clear down, and they ultimately lose that momentum they just had off turn 4, and you know, it all kind of just goes away. So if you're ever going to make a move, you almost have to either have enough momentum coming off turn 4 to clear, or make that move down the backstretch and time your run to where you know that you'll be able to clear down if you get a good enough run.
That's right. It looked like, looking back at these guys like Mason Thompson, Kenny, Felipe, Robert, Connor, you know, a lot of these guys trying to just chill out at the back here. They're trying to keep the truck clean. That's mainly what this race is about, is keeping the truck clean so that you can hopefully get a good position to start the 500.
Yeah, I mean,
Or the
ultimately,
250,
this is important for a lot of these guys that like to ride around in the front and try to stay out of that. Because I'm not saying that the front is the safest place to be either, but most of the time you'll see that you know, being in the first 2 rows is ultimately one of the safest places to be, because the chances of you having to avoid a wreck is hardly none because there's nobody in front of you.
Right.
So for these guys that are riding around in the back, they're just waiting to see if something's going to happen, so where they can put themselves in position at the end of this race, so that when they go to the truck race on Wednesday, they can be at the front already, and they don't have to worry about maybe having to dodge a wreck from the back. So
That's right.
a lot of these guys are just taking their time and hoping that you know, these front guys, as the race winds down, get more dicey and end up, you know, maybe causing a wreck and leaving that door wide open for these guys that are trying to save their stuff and stay out of the way.
I'll tell you what, though. These guys at the front, Ryan Beckering, Justin Smith, Michael Heath, Chris Fritz, Daryl Arnold, a lot of these guys, they are not wanting to wait around. They're trying to race up here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, and I still got to give props to Ryan Beckering and Justin Smith. They've been doing a great job as Daryl Arnold actually moves to the bottom lane, so that Michael Heath loses all of his help on the outside. We'll have to see what the 50 can do, but that's going to let Justin actually clear, and Michael Heath even comes down.
Wow, a
So,
lot of guys are actually. The outside
yeah, it
is
looks like
really
they're
starting to.
starting to get a little bit of single file here. Maybe that was a strategy call by Daryl Arnold and Michael Heath, maybe just get in the bottom lane and cruise around and save their stuff a little bit, you know, and save a little bit of fuel maybe. That way they can, you know, be there at the end.
And actually, just as quickly as some of the guys from the top pulled to the bottom, some of the guys from the bottom pulled to the top. So they're not wanting to give the outside lane up, and frankly, I wouldn't either. To me, the outside is the preferred lane here. You can see the inside is really getting spread out.
Exactly. Well, the thing about here's the thing about the outside lane is if the outside lane completely dissipates, it's going to be hard to start that outside lane back up again.
Right.
You know, you're not going to just, if the whole outside lane were to go single file and the whole field were just to be a freight train on the bottom of the track, for you to get to the outside lane going again, you need to have 5 committed trucks at least to even get that outside lane going, as these guys are actually able to clear down the 33 to the lead.
Khan, he pushed John Gallagher to the lead, and then he just immediately dished him. Oh, they're actually having to come to pit road now.
Yep. So a lot of these guys, you actually got to see some of these guys that came down during that caution are going to be able to stay out just a little bit longer, as the 33 is going to come to pit road and bring the field with him. Only about 4 trucks stayed out there. And I think these are 4 trucks that actually were able to, that actually went down that first caution. And so they're able to stay out a couple laps later.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the guys that are pitting. You can see the graphic up on the screen showing the pit stop times and everything.
It looks like the 66 of Justin is actually going to win the race off pit road. Connor Trafari following him with Ryan Beckering.
let's go back up to our leaders. It is about a 4-truck lead pack here. And then you have Felipe back here, who I guess kind of got left out from the pack.
Yeah, he must have been in the back trying to save his stuff too, and I think that these guys actually ended up making a move to the front. And when they made that move to the front, Felipe was still at the back, and the whole lead pack went down. And I don't think Felipe was expecting that. And with that, that caused him to actually lose the draft because he wasn't close enough to these front 4 guys to hold on to the draft. So that's unfortunate for him, but hopefully he can, get back in the cycle of things after pit stop.
Now this is going to be interesting. Justin Smith and Connor Trafari actually got out a lot further ahead from this big pack right here. So this pack is going to smoke them here soon. So now
well, yeah,
we're
I mean,
gonna
these
see...
guys right now, Justin Smith and Connor Trafari are actually the leaders. Once these guys are going to cycle out, they'll actually be the leaders. But the thing you have is this lead pack. There's about 9 trucks in that lead pack, 8 or 9 trucks, and they are definitely going to catch them. It just depends on when. And when they do, these 2 trucks up here that are tandeming are just not going to have anything for them. There's going to be too much of a run coming from behind. So ultimately, a good strategy to get out first. I don't really think it's going to play in their favor once this lead pack catches them, but they do have about a 1.5-second advantage over the trucks behind them. So, they're going to try to hold on as long as they can.
So now we have Kenny Heath and Felipe. They just went into the pits, but they're going to get smoked by these guys that have already pitted. You can see, Justin and Connor there. That big pack is catching them pretty quickly, as you can see the now 3-truck lead pack. They have a 34, almost 35-second gap between them and Justin Smith.
Yeah, and the problem with that is that, these guys are going to stay out, and I'm sure they're going to try to come in short pit. The thing with this is that, they're going to come in and they're going to take probably fuel only is what I'm going to guess. And the only win situation you can get out of these 3 trucks staying out is they can take a little less fuel than those guys that came in. It all depends on how they enter pit road and, how aggressive they are in their entry. And, with that, I still don't see them cycling out in front of this lead pack. There's just so many cars in that lead pack.
They come.
Yep, here they come right now.
And actually, yeah. John was able to get by Shane, sorry. So now we'll see this big pack. They're about halfway down the backstretch.
Yep,
I mean,
they're gonna have to make it a very quick here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Shane, he's at the very end of pit road almost. I just don't. Yep.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get smoked. That pack's entering the trioval now.
Right.
These guys are just now exiting. If they can stay in the pack, then they should be fine. But oh yeah, you can see Shane's ditching him. He's hard on the throttle, trying to stay ahead now.
Yeah, see, the problem with this is that here comes that lead pack. You can kind of see him coming into turn 1. Shane might be able to cycle in, but he's not going to have the lead.
These other guys might get ditched.
They're going to come up on the track right now, which is actually going to make a 3-wide situation.
Oh, man. It's going to get a little dicey.
I thought that he was going to come back up on the track. But these guys are actually, if they're able to grab onto the draft, it may not be a terrible strategy call after all, because now
I don't know if
these guys actually have more fuel than the guys that are in that lead pack. So, but we'll see. Shane looks to just be about, you're going to have to be within at least a second of the pack in order to hang on to that draft, which I think that these guys are actually going to be okay with it. I don't know about the truck behind them.
Yeah, they might. Actually, I think they might just barely be in the draft. These, you can see
49 to Robert Dudley is going to have I think he's got the draft too, but it's going to be hard to grab on being a single truck by himself.
Oh yeah, Shane and John are still in the draft. Yeah, Robert, I don't know about him. As you can see, Daryl Arnold takes the race lead now, coming to 23 laps to go.
Yeah, and actually talking about these guys here, you're wondering if they can catch that lead pack. Actually, you can almost tell when somebody has the draft based on, how much speed they're able to carry down the backstretch, which those guys are hitting about 194 into the corner, which means that they definitely had the draft, versus Robert Dudley, which unfortunately, I think he's lost the draft. He's only able to hold on to about 180 miles an hour. And,
Yeah.
I think that's unfortunate for him. He just, maybe just being just a second quicker on pit road, but unfortunate. I think he's going to lose the draft here. So, but
Yeah, but as far as for Shane and John, that strategy may have just worked out for these guys. I want to point out. Let me see if I can find them. We have this 4-truck pack here with Kenny Heath, Jacob Elder, Felipe, and Robert Dudley. Now, oh wait, no, not Robert. Sorry. One of these guys is actually a lap down, and it's Donald Andrews. Yeah.
Yeah. So, one thing about that is, I think these guys, some of these guys, I think were involved in that wreck. At least I know Donald Andrew
Right.
was. So that may have set him back a little bit. But for the most part, I really don't actually know why these guys lost that lead pack. But that lead pack is actually going into turn 3 as of right now. These guys are just the track behind the actual leaders.
Right. So, I mean, hey, if there's a big crash, they're gonna be good. So, who knows? Maybe this will play in their favor later in the race.
As Connor Trafari is actually trying to make a great last-ditch effort on the outside to try to get to the lead. He's got the 33 on his bumper, giving the best push he can.
As you can see, yeah, the 9, he's trying. He's trying to get up to the front of the pack. And I want to look at, I also want to point out another thing. This is not a good situation to be in. For example, let's go on cockpit view with Mason Thompson. This is not a very good spot to be in. It's not a fun spot to be in at a track like this. Stuck on the bottom. A truck on your outside, a truck in front of you, and a truck behind you. I've been in this position. I know you have too. We've all been in this position numerous times, and it's annoying knowing you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Mason Thompson, if he wants to start making moves somewhere, where does he go? The only thing he can really do is make it 3 wide, and how daring are you to do that, knowing that, you could be giving up your qualifying position. So that could be a move or a risk that he'll have to take as the race winds down. But right now, if something were to happen, Mason Thompson would have to play dodge the wreck, because he would probably be right in the middle of it, seeing where he's riding around in this lead pack.
Right, and if it does happen, he's going to have to hope that it happens on the backstretch or somewhere on the straightaway so he can just dive to the bottom. Because if it happens, if you're on the top and a wreck happens, doesn't matter where it is, it's going to be tough avoiding that.
Well, that's for sure. And, I think, Mason Thompson in this position is just hoping that that situation doesn't happen.
Right.
And that, he can have things play in his favor. And I'm sure most of these guys would, as it almost looks like.
Made a little bit of contact
91.
There. That was the 91 of Kyle Camper making contact with somebody.
It looks like this field's kind of getting a little more single filed out. There's only about 4 trucks on the outside.
After seeing that, I would too.
Yeah. Well, seeing that only about 2 of these trucks on the outside are actually really together, and the other 2 trucks are kind of way back. So there's not really even an outside lane at all. As looks like there's like a small 5-car breakaway from this pack.
So I was saying, it's them, and then about 5/10 behind is these other guys. So that really kind of spread things out, that contact. So see if they can get back up there.
They're not in a position to lose the draft as of yet, but if they can get single file back out, which it looks like they are, which leaves 3 trucks now on the outside lane. So that outside lane has just dissipated. There's nothing really left of that outside lane. I know that those 3 trucks are really trying to get something going, which I'm actually really surprised the way Connor Trafari and the 33 are hanging on that outside lane with the leaders. That's pretty impressive.
really is. So you can see these guys are trying their best. They're going single file further back to try to get back up to the lead pack. And then if I had to guess, they might try the outside again. But after that contact that was made, they might just try to go single file and keep it that way. But right now, it looks like these three that are still on the outside might get smoked.
Well, I'm sure that that contact with the 91 and the 33 of Tyler Kahn really kind of opened some people's eyes and
Right.
kind of made people think like, hey, there's still 15 laps in this race or more. Maybe we should just relax for 5 to 10 more laps before we really get dicey and try to get up to the front. But for me, when I start to look at things like this, as the 91 jumps to the high side, when I start to look at things like this, I think of Mason Thompson, like you said, when he was earlier trapped within a car behind him and a car in front of him and a car beside him. This is a perfect opportunity for him to jump out of line and maybe leapfrog some of the guys that he's sitting behind. Maybe set himself up for a position, or maybe he's got plans to work with somebody in the back and that they're waiting for the right opportunity.
That's true, but to be honest, frankly, and this is just me, but I would wait, depending on where I am in the pack, I would just chill out, wait till about maybe 5 to 10 to go. That's when I would start being aggressive, because just in case there's a wreck before then, I'd be wanting to just chill. But I usually have a specific time where I'd like to start making moves, and I think that's what these guys are going to have to do.
And one thing to think about too is they're getting single file. They might be getting ready to come down pit road. I hear some of the drivers in the chat actually calling out that they're getting ready to come down into the pits. I think you can look forward as everybody's gotten single files. I think that this field is getting actually ready to come down into the pits to get some fuel. So we'll see. I don't know if they can make it to the end or not from here, but we'll have to see. As we'll have to watch here if they all kind of scatter down pit road, and it looks like they're gonna.
And yeah, they're almost
Here
the
comes
entire
the whole
pack coming in.
field.
Oh, some guys might be going in a little too hot there. Oh, yeah, they're having to lock up the tires, but that was almost the whole pack. But actually, John Gallagher appears to be the only one that stayed out. Wow. The only guy. And he was with that pack that stayed out the first time, so he can go longer, but we'll see if that works out for him, not pitting with the pack. I don't know if that's really going to work.
And I think Chris Fritz actually missed his pit box.
Oh, did he?
So he might actually have to come back down. Unfortunate for him. I didn't think I saw him stop. Maybe he stopped for this fuel only.
Let's go look and see.
But he's by himself, and he's way ahead of the guys that just came actually out of the pit road. So, he's kind of slower on the backstretch here. I don't know but it looks like I think he's gonna have
let's look
to.
here. I think he actually
come back
did.
down.
We're looking at Chris right now. Yep, you were right. He did miss it. Oh,
yeah,
man.
unfortunate for Chris. That's gonna set him back. That'll probably almost put him to the end of the field. He's gonna have to hope for a caution here, as he's gonna come back down pit road right here.
Man, that is unfortunate for Chris. That's, golly.
Here comes that lead pack. Justin Smith actually back out in front. Got a little bit of about 5 or 6 car lengths.
And there's
And
John
the outside
Gallagher.
lane is actually very, very organized. More organized than the bottom. And this outside lane is just trailing by Justin Smith.
And you
Darryl
can see
Arnold's gonna
John
go back to the
Gallagher.
front.
John Gallagher's coming up, and yep, they're gonna blow right on by him. I had a feeling that wouldn't work. But if he,
Yeah, we're
if
just
he
gonna
can
have to
keep
hope
the
that-
draft, then it.
Yeah, you'll just have
probably
to
will,
hope
but-
that John can grab onto this draft here, which I don't think that he's going to, unfortunately. So we're going to have to, I think that these trucks that you see here are going to be the trucks that actually, are going to be in the lead pack to finish this race.
I think so. Yeah, it looks like he's falling.
We got a
out of the
slower
draft
truck
now.
on the high side. Looks to
That
be the
is
95. No, excuse me.
No,
No, that is the
Oh.
55.
55. That is
Or no,
Kenny. No,
No,
is it?
68. 68. I see now.
68.
I
Jacob Elder.
thought it's hard to tell the paint schemes and the numbers on these doors sometimes, but yes, that is the 68. I guess he's getting a lap. I didn't actually know that he was not in that lead
Oh, they're
pack.
going
as
3 wide.
They're going 3 wide here.
Oh boy.
See how well this very outside lane works.
They're ditching That is the 52, Shane Dementova.
Yep, he's going to jump down. We're back to 2 wide now, but still no outside lane going. You know, I don't know how well of a move that was for the 33 to make. And, you know, we'll see if he can make something out of it. But, you know, to me, all I think about there is that you just kind of lost the truck on the outside, giving you less help.
Right.
You know,
And
but
Daryl, man, I mean, he's been leading for a while now, doing a good job.
I have to give a lot of credit for Daryl. I know that Daryl has dealt with a lot with this league, and you know, to see him actually running up front, leading the amount of laps that he's led today, I got to give a lot of props to him. I know that he's been in a lot of incidents where he's gotten wrecked, and you know, it's just unfortunate for him. But you know, I'm sure that if he were able to win this, he would feel very, very relieved, and it would be a great momentum boost going into this Daytona 250 tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, we come by the line here. We have 10 laps to go here in Duel 1. The outside is starting to get formed. Tyler Kahn leading it right now.
Yeah, the 52 actually jumped back to the outside lane when they were able to get clear of him. So, you know, the 52 back in the outside. I think he's kind of at the point now where he's thinking, you know, it's go time. And I see a truck hanging way out back there, Mason Thompson. He's just barely hanging onto this draft. I think he's waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
You know, kind of hanging out, seeing if something's going to happen before he decides, all right, I got to get up there and make some moves.
He's barely in the draft right now. But yeah, I think you're right. He's just kind of trying to chill, trying to get John back up into the draft, and we're just going to try to wait, see if anything happens.
But one thing Daryl Arnold has to watch out too, while he's in this position, is that that Connor Trafari doesn't clear that outside lane, because
right.
as good as you know, they've been working together, I can't not see that Connor wouldn't take that opportunity.
Oh, and we have one spinning. That's the 52
spinning around.
That's going to bring out the caution. That is Shane Dementova. Oh man, that I could tell that had to have been net code.
I don't think any other trucks were involved. Unfortunate for the 52. It looks like he just got turned. It was honestly a peculiar turn. I've never really seen that one truck just turn.
Let's go look at the replay here and we'll see what happened.
Man, I really don't know. It looks like the truck just turned.
Okay, let's see here. See, Shane's on the outside, and
The
there's the 95 on the inside, and oh my gosh, it looks like right as the 95 blinked, that was when Shane shot around. That has to be the worst netcode I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with the 95's blinking problem there, and
yeah.
You know, on my screen it just shows him. I didn't even see the 95 blink. It just shows that him just getting turned. You know, it looks like it almost looks like he blew a tire in my opinion, but no, I mean, fortunate for the 52, but hopefully he still has that fast repair and he can use that and, you know, be right back in this thing. But you know, we were just talking about a good thing for Chris Fritz here. He had to make that extra pit stop. Now he's back in this, still on the lead lap. You know, he was actually only about 12 seconds from going a lap down. So,
and this is actually going to be good for the 50 of hang on, let me try to get to him. Oh wait, no, not John. Let me try to find him here.
It looks like most of the field's going to stay out here, so they must be good on fuel till the end of the race, so no problems there. Actually, as the 5 of Mason Thompson comes down, it looks like the back 4 part of this lead pack is actually going to come down pit road here.
Oh yeah, it was John that I was looking for. Yeah, this is going to be good for him. He's going to get back up into the pack now. As let's try to get an interview in here, shall we? Let's talk to Daryl.
All right, let's see if we can get Daryl dragged in here.
Or the new league and invite every one of you to it. This one racing tonight.
All right, Daryl, we got you in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, you guys. Sorry about that. I was addressing the field.
No, you're all good. We just I wanted to bring you in here, and Hayes said the same thing. We just wanted to compliment you on the great run you're having. We know that sometimes that you have some unfortunate things that happen to you in these races, but we just want to know what's it like being up front this close to the end of the race, knowing that you have a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm a realist, so I know that this is usually not the best position to be in towards the end of one of these, but I'm really impressed with how the group's racing tonight. It's been one of the better super speedway truck races I've ever been in, so kudos to the group tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that they've really been doing a great job. I've been complimenting a lot of these guys, and especially yourself for putting yourself in great position, nailing those pit stops. What's it like? Coming off turn 4 and seeing the whole field in your mirror coming at you, trying to break from almost 200 miles an hour down to 60 to come in and get some fuel and cycle back out like nothing even happened.
I can tell you guys, usually it makes me nervous as all get out, but tonight, I don't know if you've been listening to game chat, we've all been communicating regardless of which team you're on, and we've all planned both of the green flag stops and talked about checking up and inside lines and letting people in so they can pit and be in a good position to pit. So that's what's impressed me the most, and it's made it a lot easier tonight.
Yeah, very impressive for sure. Hayes, you got anything you'd like to say?
Yeah,
I just want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Hayes.
You're good, man. I know I've asked this question to every driver we've interviewed, but I feel like I need to ask you as well. So, we got only 5 laps remaining. You're the leader. What are your plans for this restart? Are you going to try to block and hold on to the lead, or just be chill since it's a dual race?
Let me see who's behind me. Is that Connor or Justin behind me?
Looks like you got the
Connor.
66 behind you.
Oh, yes. So I think I'm actually going to be pretty good. I'm just going to floor it. I'm going to hug this yellow line the whole time. I have no intentions of trying to block anybody. If I end up first, great. If I end up 4th or 5th with a clean truck, then I'm going to be happy with it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for your time, and good luck in these last 5 laps.
Thanks to the both of you for coming out and spending your evening with us.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah,
all right. All right, well, that was Daryl Arnold. So as we're going to get ready to come back green here, Daryl Arnold's going to be on that inside. Outside is going to be the 33 Tyler Kahn. And it's going to leave about 5 laps left. So it's going to be about a 5-lap shootout to
really
sort out where these guys start
I just want
tomorrow.
to remind you of the fact that the restart in the class yesterday with 5 to go, that was when we had the big one in a flip. So, I don't think that's going to happen in this race, but hey, you never know. It's a super speedway race, so 5 laps remaining here in Duel 1, green flag.
Looks like Daryl gets a great jump, but it looks like the outside lane's actually a little bit more organized, packed together, but I think the inside lane's getting a little bit more of a run as they go down to turn number 1. Both lanes actually seem to be pretty well organized, as Tyler Kahn looks like he's going to be able to hang on outside the door of Daryl Arnold.
Tyler Kahn, getting a good run through the corner. And he just might be able to clear Daryl for the lead down the straightaway. I can already tell these guys are getting more aggressive. Connor trying to push Tyler to the lead here. Not quite able to get clear of Daryl just yet. The 4 of Steve Law right 3rd in the outside line, as well as the 50 of John Gallagher, who's 4th in the outside line, back up in this lead pack.
Yeah, you just got to imagine what these guys must be feeling right now, knowing that they're coming to 4 laps to go here, and that, I'm sure that, tempers are going to be high if anything happens, knowing that, this is for your position starting in the Daytona truck race tomorrow night, and, I'm sure that nobody would be happy if something happened. So I know that they're going to try to be aggressive and put themselves in the right position, but, I'm sure that there will be some emotions if something happens here. So hopefully they can keep it clean to the end, and we can have some good side-by-side racing as the 33 is looking to try to get back to the outside of Daryl.
I saw Justin Smith. He got clear of the outside for a second, and it looked like he was going to move up in front of him. But they came up too quickly, and he wasn't quite able to do it. So I think that right there showed that he's trying to get to the lead. They're going 3 wide a little further back in this pack now.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to see Daryl Arnold block here. I think, Daryl Arnold's a very respectful driver, and he wants everybody to have a chance at a good, clean finish. So I don't see Daryl Arnold trying to pull up and block that outside lane. I do, though, see that outside lane possibly getting a run through the tri-oval on that last lap, maybe getting a side-by-side finish here, but that's if they're able to
Oh,
keep
and they're
them
wrecking
neutral.
further
We got a
back.
truck spinning. That's Ryan Beckering, the 31. He gets turned. It's the 55
Oh,
also
and
going to turn up
more
into
of
the
them wreck.
52,
Oh,
and we're going to
hard
have a
crash.
caution.
And that's going to bring out our third caution of the race. Oh, man, they're still wrecking. It's 52 of Shane Dementova, Kenny Heath, Ryan Beckering. Oh, man,
I
let's
think
take a look
is
at
gonna
how this
set up a
started.
green-white checkered finish here. Yep, so this is going to set up green-white checkered finish 1 out of 3. So,
Alrighty, let's take a look at what happened here. You see, we're on the 31 of Ryan Beckering. I want to say this was netcode, but I could be wrong. You can see the 91 comes up the track. I'm not really sure what that was about. 91 just kind of came up into him, then the 7 gets into him. Felipe comes back up the track, gets sideways, and comes down into the 55 of Kenny Heath. That brings Kenny back up the track and into the 52 of Shane Dementova.
yeah,
Oh.
it looks like the 91 just on corner was maybe just got a little loose on the bottom coming off that corner and was trying to correct it to get it back straight again. If you look back, you can actually see that he came off the corner a little. He got in the corner, he went a little low. It looks like he got a little loose and then came back up. And just a little bit of net code into Ryan, and Ryan was actually tagged by the 7. 7 tried to save
Oh,
it
wow.
and got in the 55. So just a little bit of an unfortunate event there, but hopefully Ryan has that faster pair left that he can use and, maybe be in a good position towards the end. Maybe get back up there during these green-white checkers and possibly.
Let's watch this one more time, because you can see Kenny, he and Shane hit each other again, and Kenny's back end goes right up into the air there. Man, that was one more hard hit. Man, an unfortunate turn of events for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about it is that this is only a qualifying race, and that they still have plenty of chance. Although that these qualifying races do mean something, and that it can be important. You've got a long race tomorrow night, and
Right.
even if you don't start near the front, you're gonna have plenty of time to hopefully stay out of the mess and put yourself in position tomorrow to try to win the race. So, just because you don't finish well here doesn't mean that your weekend in 3 weeks is over. You still have plenty of opportunity to go out there and win the race. I've seen guys win it from the back to the front.
Right.
So these qualifying races, they are important to put yourself in the front at the beginning, but ultimately, if you run a 100-lap truck race, it's not really going to mean as much as as you think. Anything can happen.
Right. So this is going to put us into a green-white checkered phase. So we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, but we will be right back with the action shortly. Or not commercial break, sorry, caution break. And we are back. So we are coming to the restart now. Gonna have 2 laps to go. Your front row is Justin Smith and Daryl Arnold. It's gonna get interesting here, Dylan.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. You got a 2-lap shootout. 1 lap green. Once they make it back to the white flag, once the leader passes the start finish line to take the white, that will be the race, whether or not there's a wreck or not. They'll be racing it back. But if a caution comes out before the start finish line, they're going to do it again. And if another one comes out after that, they're going to do it again. And then another one comes out after that, then it'll be over. So there's 3 attempts. This is attempt number 1. But let's hope that they can make it back to the white flag here, and we can have a good, clean finish of this.
And here we come to the green. Daryl Arnold with a good jump, 2 laps to go. We'll see what the outside lane can do here.
Yeah, I mean, the outside lane doesn't look very organized at all. I mean, the inside lane's still a little scattered up too, but it looks like you got 3 trucks a little bit organized. That Justin Smith almost looks like he's able to clear to the lead. Just not going to be good enough, as you only got 2 trucks on that outside. Connor Trafari has been the pusher in that outside lane a lot tonight. I've seen him on that outside lane being the second car probably more than anybody else. And, he's given a great push to the 66 here, but it's not going to be enough to clear Daryl as they go down and turn.
And the outside actually got pretty quickly organized here, so we'll see if it's organized enough to push the lead guy to the lead. Well, we'll see what they do here as we come to the white flag one more time around here in Duel 1.
Yeah, you got Daryl Arnold on the inside. He's going to lead that lap as they come around for the penultimate time. You're going to see the 66. He's going to try to get a great run on that outside, but Daryl Arnold's going to have the inside advantage as they go down to turn number 1.
Justin's trying to get a run, but I'd say Connor's going to give him a great pusher on the backstretch. Daryl got a little squirrely there. We'll see what the outside lane can do. They're trying to push and make something happen as they enter turn number 3 for the last time.
I heard these guys talking about maybe possibly sputtering if they come off turn 4. We're going to see how that goes. But as you see, Daryl Arnold is actually clear out to the front, and he is going to come off turn number 4. Everybody's keeping it pretty
sideways
behind them.
And they're wrecking behind him.
But Daryl Arnold's going to come to the flag, and he is going to win. Duel number 1 from Daytona.
Oh,
great
big
finish
crash
by
behind
Daryl.
him. Oh, Mason Thompson was in it, but he still finishes 8th. Oh, somebody is flipping. That's the number 4 machine. But Daryl Arnold is your Duel 1 winner.
Flag here on Duel number 1. That means Daryl Arnold's actually going to start 3rd place tomorrow. As we'll go down through the list, you're going to have Daryl Arnold starting 3rd place in the truck race tomorrow. Tyler Kahn's going to start 5th. Justin R. Smith, 7th. Michael Heath, 9th. Connor Trafari, 11th. Felipe is going to start 13th. Kyle Camper is going to start 15th. 17th to Robert Dudley. And then you're going to have 19th to Mason Thompson. 21st to Ryan Beckering. Actually, no, Ryan Beckering is actually on the lead lap, so he should keep his pole position. So Jacob Elder is actually going to start 21st. 23rd to John Gallagher. Shane DeMontova is going to start 23rd. Steve Law, 25th. Chris Fritz, 27th. Kenny Heath is going to start 29th. 31st to Donald Andrews. 33rd to Amir Page. Willie Cuddy was race control, so he is not in this, as we see Daryl Arnold burning it down on the start-finish line. Congratulations to that driver.
All right, well, we are only going to have time to interview Daryl because Duel 2 will be starting soon, so we cannot interview the top 3, but we will interview Daryl. Let's go ahead and get him up here.
All right, we'll try to drag Daryl in the booth here. All right, let's see if we can't... Yeah, I went to the wrong jet. All right, Daryl, we got you in the booth again. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, we just congratulations on that Duel number 1 win. How do you feel with that? And it sets you up for a great position tomorrow in the truck race.
I'm stoked, man. Remember how you felt when you won Talladega? This is my first Flyby win, so I'm really excited about it.
No, for sure. You did a great job holding off the field and keeping yourself on the bottom lane. Now, can we ask you, how does this make you feel knowing that you get to go into this race tomorrow, starting up near the front? How does that make you attack the race a little bit differently to if you were to start in the rear?
Well, I'm a firm believer that it's better to start in these races in the front and try to stay out there most of the race, stay out of trouble. So I feel really good about that.
That's for sure. And not being at the front, that you can avoid wrecks. Do you think that starting where you start at the front is going to be more of an advantage to possibly staying out of maybe some of the chaos that might pursue tomorrow night?
I do, and there's other factors involved. Dylan, as you know, you also control pitch strategy for the most part because generally when you go in, the rest of the group goes in, so you kind of set the tone for the rest of the race. And we did that this time around. We're able to finish the race with about 3 or 4 laps left of fuel, where I think others were struggling.
Right, that's for sure. Hayes, you got anything you'd like to say, Daryl?
I don't think so. Just want to say congratulations, man. And good luck tomorrow in the race. I think, from what I've seen in this race, I definitely think you're going to be up at the front most of the race tomorrow. So
Oh,
congrats
thanks
on
a
this
lot,
win,
guys.
and good luck tonight
Well,
or tomorrow, man.
Daryl, do you have anybody that you would like to thank for this?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank the league for putting up with me being an admin. Want to thank everybody that's watching at home. Obviously, you too for the great broadcast. Looking forward to watching it tomorrow and sitting back and enjoying that. So, and Jesse, the other admins, for all the work they've been putting in lately. It's been phenomenal.
Oh, that's for sure, and we appreciate the amount of work that you guys do to put this together, and we're excited to see what the guys in Duel number 2 can do. So again, congratulations, and good luck to you tomorrow.
Thanks again, guys. We'll see you in the next race.
All
All
right.
right, man.
All right. So
All right,
that was
well,
Daryl Arnold, your winner.
let's
And
quickly run through the race results here. Just 1 second, and we will get that pulled up for you guys.
all right. Well, I'll start us off here. We got Daryl Arnold finishing P number 1. Tyler Kahn, that 33 truck, is going to finish in second. Justin Smith third in that 66 truck. Michael Heath is going to finish fourth. Connor Tafari is going to wrap up the top 5. Felipe Puente, sorry again if I pronounced that wrong, is going to finish sixth. Kyle Camper is going to finish in that 7th position. Robert Dudley is going to finish 8th. Mason Thompson brings it home in 9th place, and Ryan Beckering is going to round out the top 10.
All right, in 11th place we have Jacob Elder. John Gallagher finishes 12th. Shane DeMontovas finishes 13th. We have Steve Law 14th. Chris Fritz will be finishing 15th. Kenny Heath 16th. Donald Andrews 17th, and Amir Page finishes in 18th. Just 1 second here, and of course capping out that it's actually the entire field. Willie Cuddy was an admin for this race. So that concludes the race results here. So we're going to not going to end the stream yet because we still have Duel 2. We're just going to go off the mic here for a little bit, get everything set up for Duel 2, and we'll be back with you guys shortly.
Yep, and congratulations again to Daryl Arnold on that amazing finish there, and a great win by him, sets him up for tomorrow. So again, congratulations to Daryl.
Sure. Alrighty, we are back and just about to start duel number 2.
Yep, this is going to be another 45 laps again, and we're going to, see who can set the outside lane this time. So, it looks as if I'm not mistaken, the number 7 of, or sorry, the 07 of Monty James Jr. actually will start on the pole, which means he will start second place tomorrow, depending on whether or not he can finish this race in the lead lap. If he finishes races on the lead lap, it doesn't matter where he finishes. He will start second. With that,
Yes,
the rest of these guys
Alrighty.
are here to fight out where they start on the outside lane for tomorrow's race.
Alright, let's run through the starting grid here. We have Monty James on the pole, Brad Green starting second, Richard Kirker starting third, Wes Weidman starting fourth, and David Collier rounds out the top 5. We have Michael Butler starting 6th, Josh Duke starting 7th, Aiden Kirker in 8th, Anthony Gangitano starting in 9th, and Eddie Sproul rounds out the top 10.
11th is going to go to Sean Mitchell, 12th to Kyle Durbin, 13th is going to go to Jason Sanders, 14th belongs to Parker White, 15th. We're going to see the number 23 of Willie Cuddy. 16th is going to be the number 29 of Eli O'Kin. 17th is Cole Williams. And 18th to Pierce Moffitt. And I think that rounds out the field.
I believe it does. Yes, it does. Alrighty, so let's quickly run through here. I'll get it pulled up here. We'll show the race info now up on the screen. You can see the weather is 18 degrees Celsius. Wow, I can't speak. I'm sorry. Partly cloudy, winds about 3 kilometers an hour, and you have the track map. This beautiful track that is Daytona International Speedway. By the way, this is something I haven't done yet, but I just want to point this out. You can see at the bottom of the screen there, we have our Instagram page. We are pretty active on there. That's other than YouTube. That's the platform that we are most active on. So if you haven't already, be sure to go follow us on Instagram at the bottom of the screen right there.
All right, so it looks like we're coming around here to take it to green. We're gonna see. These guys are going to be just as clean or cleaner than the guys that, were in the last duel. So we'll just have to find out and see. And, I don't think they'll be aggressive like the last guys were. You got a lot of guys in here, that I can already see that I already know that, aren't that a type to just go after lap one and hammer on it. I think these guys are going to be pretty conservative. And, I think you're going to see a lot of things similar to the last duel. And, you kind of have an idea what to expect. So
I think you're right. So here they come around turn number 4. Monty James, Brad Green, gonna lead the field to the green flag, and we're gonna have our second and final duel of the night here at Daytona. Might be an interesting one here in the nighttime. And here they come to the green flag. We're underway for duel 2.
And Monty James gets a great start, but that's a great point to bring up too. That it is nighttime now. The guys in duel number 1 actually started in the daylight, and now this duel is actually transitioned into the nighttime. So you might see a little bit of different. I don't know if that'll be any different based on the way that the cars handle or anything. But as we see, the 11 and the 85 are already clearing for the lead as Monty James drops to the back of the pack. The 11 takes the lead up front, and I don't think he's going to clear down yet. I think he's working with the 85. So as we see, Richard Kirker is actually going to the point on the bottom of the racetrack. Richard Kirker up front at Daytona. He's going to come around and try to lead lap 1.
Yeah, frankly, I can't say I blame Richard for, not Richard, sorry. Monty. I can't say I blame him for going to the back this early. I don't want to be up in this pack just yet in case they're racing really aggressively. Don't want to get involved in it.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think he even lost the draft, which is actually surprising. But Richard Kirker has cleared the top 2 cars out in front of this pack. So it's a 2-car breakaway, but now as the 11 goes to the outside, he's going to try to get a big run on the outside of the 93, but it looks like he's not going to be able to keep it going, as it looked like the 11 and the 85 are the only 2 cars really on the outside lane that are making something happen. That 20 truck is kind of about 3 or 4 car lengths behind them. So as we got a truck that jumps to the outside, see if they can get something to happen.
Yeah, let's take a look at where Aiden Kirker is currently running P7 on the track right now. He won the Clash last night, so he's looking to, I guess, technically go 2 in a row here and get the win in the duel so we can start, I believe, 4th, if I'm correct, in the 250.
Yeah, so the guy that wins this is going to start 4th. Daryl Arnold, that won the last one, he's going to start 3rd. So as the 11 again clears out to the front, but he's not going to ditch the 85. At least I didn't think he was. He looked like he was going to try there, but Richard's doing a great job out front trying to control this field, and I'm sure that his excitement is pretty high right now. And Richard's not really one that you see up here near the front a lot, and it's good to see. And I'm sure that Aiden feels the same way. I know that he's been working with his dad a lot to try to get him up to par with iRacing, and it's a good sight to see Richard Kirker out front. So
I just want to say I really hope Richard doesn't flip again with how good you've been talking about him tonight.
You know what? I probably should stop talking about him, because yesterday we put a big broadcaster's curse on him. But
yeah.
No, I mean I don't see these guys getting aggressive as they did last night. Last night, it didn't really mean a lot. It was just kind of a fun race to go out there and do. So a lot of these guys were kind of just going as hard as they could, and not really giving anybody an inch, because in the end it really didn't mean anything. So as we got the top 4 cars have actually kind of cleared themselves away from that top lane. The top lane seems to be coming back again on the outside.
Yeah, and you can see Aiden has moved inside the top 5 now. Actually kind of starting to fall to the, excuse me, I apologize for that. Actually kind of starting to fall to the back now as the outside's starting to move.
Yeah, David Collier is actually doing a great job pushing Richard Kirker out to the front and kind of leaving him out there. We saw the same thing with the 66 a lot last race, pushing Daryl. He was able to hold on to the bottom and just stay right on the back bumper of that lead car. And it seems like when that happens, the outside kind of struggles getting to the lead and able to clear up for the lead. But I'm kind of really impressed with the 2 cars in the outside lane. They're doing a great job getting up next, and even a couple of times have cleared the leader there. So I think the outside lane's doing a great job holding their line and keeping it steady and generating some runs.
We saw one guy, trying to figure out who it was. I believe it was the 24, but I don't think that's his actual name. I'm trying to figure out.
No,
who it was.
I think it's the 65. That is Sean Mitchell. Actually jumped to the outside behind the 85, and now the outside lane is a little bit more organized.
Oh, they're going to go 3 wide there?
No, I don't.
Careful. Oh, it looked like it.
It looked like it, but I think the 85 is really, glued to the back bumper of that 11, and that draft, that tandem that have have going on has really been working out. They haven't really cleared both trucks in the lead, but the 85 has been able to push the 11 actually clear of the 93 at a couple of different points throughout this 7-lap run that they have going so far.
And just want to point this out again. Looks like Willie Cuddy is out of the race, but I don't think he started the race.
Yeah, actually he's an admin, so I think he's again doing race control with Daryl Arnold. So
they're getting a little bit dicey here.
Yeah, I mean, you bring that point up, and I agree. I'm honestly crazy, and it's surprising to me that they're actually getting this aggressive this early in the race, a 45-lap race, and you see the outside lane, they're pushing as hard as they can, and it looks like, and like I said again, Richard Kirker out there controlling that field, doing a great job. His son's only about 3 rows behind him, so they have a great line formed on the inside, and the outside lane is trying to hang on and see what they can do.
Yeah, for sure. You see one guy a little further back in the pack. For a second, I thought he was going to go 3 wide, but no, he's just pulling down to the inside. Now it's looking like the outside lane's going to get a little bit spread out here, so they're probably going to fall to the back as the inside is very organized.
Yeah, and we've talked about this time and time again. I mean, the inside lane is the place to be. You know, you can just keep the car a lot more organized, and if you can just keep it on that double yellow line and hold your wheel straight, I mean, that is the thing to do. You know, it's easy to, keep organized on the bottom. The high lane, you're kind of basing yourself on the truck in front of you and maybe like straddling a seam of some sort. But, if the truck in front of you messes up, or just takes a wrong turn, takes a turn too wide or anything, your momentum can be lost very, very easily. So, like I said, the inside lane is the place to be. And at least in terms of being a safe, is they're going 3 wide in the back, 77, 41, and 45. They're actually 3 wide. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Anthony Gangitano on the bottom. You got Pierce Maffitt in the middle, and the 45
They got close there.
is above them.
That's, oh man, the 90 threw a interesting block there. That's actually getting pretty sketchy. They are already racing more aggressive than I expected. Oh man.
They're going to go through. Oh, they almost went 3 wide again. I think the 45 is actually the 29. So the 45 of Eli McQueen, that is actually the 29. So we'll try to remember that. But, some of these guys, if you see numbers like that, they're usually just running custom number paints. But it looks like Wes Weidman and that 11 of Brad Green, they've just been working this outside lane, whether there's been help or not. They've just been sticking out there trying to get it to work. And they have a great run building up to 3 and 4. See if they can hold it on the high lane, keep that run going, see if they can clear themselves in the lead.
I mean, for it really just being those 2 guys leading the outside right now. They got some guys behind them, but it's really just those 2 hooked together right now. Considering the fact that it's just those 2, I'd say they're doing pretty well.
No, that's for sure. I mean, to hang on by the outside by yourself, I know they're losing a little bit of momentum right now, but 2 trucks just tandeming together, able to drive up next to the second place car, even sometimes getting to the rear bumper of the 93 and maybe getting up next to him, that's pretty impressive. I know that these trucks don't really generate the runs that the Cup cars do. And, that's pretty impressive that these guys are actually able to work together that well and put themselves up front like they are.
Yeah, it really is. And, the guys that I have my eyes on right now are the 11 of Brad Green, the 85 of Wes Weidman, Pierce Maffitt, Kyle Durbin, a lot of these guys being really aggressive. Or I shouldn't say really aggressive, but more aggressive than I expected them to be.
No, that's for sure. And, one thing we got to keep in mind, too, is when do these guys have to make a pit stop? Last race we saw that those guys came down within, I think, about 15 laps. So it's all going to come down to, fuel here. So we'll have to see soon. I'm going to be guessing they'll have to come down for a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, that's true. I think, it didn't take them very long. I want to say it was around lap 16, 18, I want to say, that they made their first...
I want to say it was between like 14 to 16 laps that they were able to go. It depends on where you're running in the draft.
Right.
Yeah. No, I would be looking for guys to maybe start getting single file and try to start getting ready to come down pit road here.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing that here within the next few laps, but they're going to have to get things sorted out pretty quickly here and get single file on the bottom. But actually, Brad Green got clear with the push from Wes Weidman. He's going to pull down and take the lead.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he actually left Wes, because they've actually been working together really well. And I think Brad Green's just kind of like thinking to himself that he needs to come out here and get to the bottom and maybe just chill. And, hopefully he's thinking maybe the 20 can get up there and push Wes, and maybe, but this might be also a strategy in a way for the 11 to get down to the bottom and possibly get ready to come down pit road like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's my guess. You can see we have, looks like 7 guys up on the top still trying to make it work. which,
Yeah.
I mean, they could. The 85 is really going strong right now, leading that top lane.
'Cause I think I'm starting to hear right now that they're maybe talking about coming down in a few laps. So
Looks like in the 85, oh, looked like a lane was open on the bottom to get in, but not taking too many risks yet.
yeah, I mean the way that I can hear the drivers in their radios right now. I heard that expect them maybe with anywhere between 2 to 4 laps. So and I am getting word now that the fuel window is about 14 to 16 laps. So we will be expecting them to come down pit road here within the next couple of laps. And
Ooh. Oh,
as we got the
someone's in the wall back
45,
there.
actually the 29, excuse me, he is actually into the wall, and it looks like some of these guys are starting to get stringed out and maybe plan on coming down here. Yep, as I hear some guys talking about coming down pit road.
All right, we're going to be seeing our first round of green flag pit stops this time by as we complete lap 15 of 45. So we'll see. These guys are going to have to be pretty careful as they enter.
Yep, as
pit
most
road.
of the field's actually going to come down. So
looks
actually
like
one truck stays out.
Oh, we got. Oh man, it got diced. Oh yeah, they're.
Wow,
banging on each
there was
other.
a lot of bumping and bang getting on a pit road,
And
but a
they're
lot of
3
that keep
wide.
it clean. Great job by them.
3 wide with a few guys. Someone might miss their pit box here. Nope. Looks good.
Looks
Actually,
like the
looks
98
like. Oh
the
yeah,
98
both the
did
11
miss his
and
pit stall.
Richard. Richard
So
really
we got the
overshot his
90
box.
as Kyle Durbin stay out on the racetrack. So Kyle
wow.
Durbin is out there all by himself. We'll see if he's able to make it back and come down pit road here.
We'll see if he can make it work. Maybe he might. Looked like Cole Williams won the race off pit road. Well, actually, the 07 did, but the 07 is.
And that's the 90 Ford F-150 of Kyle Durbin is going to come down this time. So that is the whole field that has gone through green flag pit stops. So
yep.
Cole Williams wins the race off pit road. Aiden Kirker is battling the 07 for second place. So
see if
see.
Kyle
It looks
can
like
get out ahead of him.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like it's going to be a 5-truck breakaway here.
Oh, I don't know. They're
maybe a
now
7-truck
exiting.
breakaway, but
oh yeah, Kyle's gonna get smoked. It looks like he's trying to get out quickly here, but I think that was a little too much time spent on pit road. Oh yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately for Kyle, that extra lap staying out with no drafting help at all can be a problem. So but it does look like we've got about a 7-truck breakaway here, and that's a pretty surprising amount, seeing that literally the whole field came on together.
Yeah.
And now you've got only 7 trucks that were able to stick together in this lead pack. That's just, that's crazy to think about.
And the next guys looks like Parker White. I mean, not Parker White. Sorry. Jason Sanders, David Collier, Kyle Durbin, Eli Quinn. A lot of these guys kind of got left in the dust. But looks like got about a 7-truck breakaway, and they're what in the world?
I mean, yeah, you've got you've got this lead pack of about 7 cars have about a 7-second advantage over that second pack. So maybe a little bit different strategy with that second pack there, but no, really surprising to see that. Now actually the 07 isn't even it's actually a 6-car breakaway, I think, because the 07 is actually a lap down.
Right. And
So
that was kind of strange. We saw the 42 and the 39 pull out and go to the back of this pack. So looks like that was some sort of a strategy that they're going with, just trying to kind of stay at the back.
I mean, yeah, you've got you've got these guys, and remember they can go about 14 to 16 laps on fuel, and you've got these guys like Cole Williams and Aiden Kirker, who in my opinion are a little bit more experienced than the guys that are up here leading this pack. So they might be thinking to themselves, we're going to come back here, maybe play with the clutch a little bit, save some fuel, and see if we can't, maybe stay out a lap later than these guys and leapfrog them or of some sort. So as the 11 of Brad Green, who actually came down the leader, is
Yeah,
getting
he did.
lapped.
Wow. I'm not sure what happened to him, but yeah, he came down as the leader, and now he's going a lap down. That's not good for Brad.
No, that's for certain. And you see him just getting passed by this field. That's fortunate for him, but you've actually got a pretty decent line going here. These guys are just getting single file, and like I said, I think these guys that dropped to the back, Parker White, Cole Williams, and Aiden Kirker, are just trying to save some fuel here. So,
Yeah.
kind of keep their trucks clean. So, good idea by them if that's what they're thinking. And we'll see if this pack behind them can really do anything. Which actually, it looks like they've actually made up a little bit of time. Not a lot, but definitely a little bit of time.
Yeah, they are closing in. The gap's about 5.5 seconds now. This second pack consists of Jason Sanders, David Collier, Kyle Durbin, Eli Quinn, Josh Duke. That's it. I thought Michael Butler was there. Oh, what happened to?
Yeah, so I think there's about there's 3 packs going on right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 4, as Richard Kirker's getting lapped here. Unfortunate for him again. Like I said, he's getting lapped. He was up front leading some laps here, but
Yeah.
maybe a bad pit stop on his part. But
I want to look at Kyle Durbin here because he somehow ended up out of this pack. So let's go to a replay. Alright, so bumper hook. Yep. He got bumper hooked by I think Josh Duke, I think is who bumper hooked him. But he did a good job saving it. But unfortunately he's gonna lose the draft with that pack.
yeah, unfortunate for that. But it looks like the 11 car has been able to actually jump in on this pack, and Richard Kirker as well. So these guys are actually going to stick with this lead pack here, and maybe hopefully get their laps back and be back in contention for this thing if a caution comes back out.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see, the lead pack is really just doing basically what we expected. Just running single file, just trying to keep the trucks clean, and the only question is, will they go back double file and try to make some aggressive moves later in the race?
Well, they do have to keep in mind too that lead pack, or that second pack, was actually 7 seconds behind. Now it's 5.2 seconds back. So they've been making up a lot of time on the leaders. So we'll have to see if they can keep that going, and if they can make up any more time to maybe catch up to this pack and get it to be one pack again.
Actually, the gap is now just under 4 seconds, 3.7 to be exact. So they are gaining pretty quickly on this lead pack. Pretty
Yeah,
soon they're gonna be in the
you see
draft.
this lead pack's coming off turn 4, and then you've got this other pack now is just coming off turn 4. So they're actually not that far behind them, like you said, and we're gonna have to see here how much time they actually make up.
That time by at the
Yep.
start finish line was 3.3 seconds. We'll see what it is next time by.
Yeah, so this second pack actually seems to be making a lot of time on this lead pack. So hopefully they can, catch back up, like I said, and we can have another good battle here before pit stops start again. Which, we're probably looking again another 10 laps or so. We're gonna expecting pit stops again.
That's true. So we'll see what the gap is this time.
And I actually think that this pack has actually caught them because they are here at the back of this lead
Yeah, the
pack.
gap
So.
just under. Okay, yeah, they're there.
Yep,
They've caught up.
Yep, they have actually gotten. Oh my gosh, there's almost contact with Richard Kirker there.
Yeah, so they've added an extra 4 trucks to this pack. And they're coming up on the outside, trying to get up to the front here. A couple of guys are jumping out with them.
Yep, Cole Williams goes to the outside, hoping that maybe they'll push him. Nope, they're going to go 3 wide on Cole Williams.
Oh, man.
And they're just trucking themselves to the front here. Let's see how
They
far
really
they
are.
can get to the front if they're able to get to the lead.
They're powering up there right now. Look at that. And Jason Sanders actually looking to maybe lead this lap. Oh,
What an
is he gonna
impressive run by Jason
do
Sanders.
it?
Is he gonna
Oh,
hit it?
not quite. Or did he? No,
Oh,
I
just
think
by 6/1000ths of a second at the line, but great run by Jason Sanders to get
no kidding.
from over 7 seconds back, and now he's within the matter of 7 or 8 laps. He's up here side by side for the lead with this thing. It's impressive. Those
Really
guys were
is.
able to get together and push themselves back up to the front here.
Yeah, for sure, and things are getting amped up once again here. Oh, that was got a little sketchy there for a second, and they might go. Oh,
Oh, Jason Sanders barely clears down into the lead.
if he had waited another quarter of a second, he would have gotten turned there.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And that was a really, really close clear, but Pierce Moffitt let him in, and now we got David Collier on the outside trying to take the lead away.
And he's actually kind of doing it right now. It's really just 3 trucks, so now 4 on the outside trying to.
All about keeping us momentum on the outside. If he gets a good run here, he'll be able to clear the Jason Sanders, and it looks like Eli O'Quinn in that 29 is giving you a great shove.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, as Pierce Moffitt comes to the back bumper and gives him a push as well.
Ooh, I thought they were going to get clear because the inside's kind of getting spread out a little bit, but not quite.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The inside, and I think it's still. I'm guessing that the reason why that second pack caught up is either this first pack or that second pack that caught up to these guys took tires and had a little bit more grip to catch these guys, or that these guys up here were just saving fuel, hoping to maybe extend it an extra lap or so to get to the end.
Good job by David Collier there getting that lap led. Oh, and he
barely gets clear down the
quickly
lead in front of
moves
Jason
down to the
Sanders. So
bottom.
David Collier to the lead.
So now that's going to leave the top lane for Mr. Eli Quinn to lead that top and try to get a lap led. In fact, Aiden
Looks like he's going to go to the
really
lead
pushed
here.
him to the
Aiden's doing a
lead.
great push. If he doesn't get it here, he'll probably get it off turn 4 as Aiden is still right on his bumper. See if he has enough momentum coming off the corner. Looks like he's going to.
If there's one thing,
Aiden's really shoving him.
if there's one thing that Aiden is better at with these plate tracks than blocking, it's pushing.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Aiden, actually, Eli Quinn barely clears down to the
Oh
lead.
man, but now it's only Aiden on the top
Aiden
there.
loses
That is
all of
that's
his
sad.
help. And Aiden's probably going to go
Oh,
to
we
the
got
back
one
of the pack
spinning
here.
at the back. Oh, into
Yep,
the
and
wall.
11 goes
That's
around.
the 11.
Is he going to bring out a caution? I don't think it's going to. I don't think he
No,
collects anybody
But
else.
we still got to see how that happened.
He's able to gather it up. No caution, so they're going to stay green here. Oh, it looks like he just got a little bit of a tap from the 93.
Yeah,
Goes
you
into
can
the
see
wall.
the 93 is coming up to his inside. He tries to pull down in front of him. And actually, the 93 moves up to, I guess, try to push him. And he wasn't quite clear to come up. The 11 goes down the track, counter steers back up the track.
Now,
Ooh,
unfortunately,
again,
he
barely
gets
misses
the wall,
him.
but he keeps it straight, and that's the reason why we didn't see a caution there.
Yeah,
so
for sure. He definitely did a
great
good
job
job
by him to keep
keeping
it straight, but
Yeah.
unfortunate event at the same time. And as I hear them talking about maybe coming back in down pit road,
Yeah, they are going to have to be pitting here soon. I'd say around 12, 13 to go is when we're going to see them head into the pits for possibly the final time. So they're back single file. Eli Quinn with the lead, 15 laps remaining. You gotta wonder, they came in as a full pack the first round of pit stops, and then they came out with, 7, 8 trucks?
yeah,
So-
and you know what? I'm thinking about something too right now as well as I was talking about earlier with those guys like Cole Williams, Parker White, Aiden Kirker that dropped to the back there to save fuel. I think I was right about that because if you look right now, it
Yeah.
is lap 31. There's only about 16 to go. And if for some reason they need to lead and be comfortable to make it to the end, especially with possibly a green-white checkered here, they're probably trying to save an extra lap And I wouldn't be surprised if I think that
Oh,
the
here
leader
come
talked
a
about
few guys
coming
down
in.
pit road. This might be the whole pack here coming down.
Yep, it looks to be that way. So we'll have to see here, and I'm sure that we'll have a great race off pit road here. So we'll have to see.
I think this
We got a
is.
wreck on pit road.
Oh, big pile up. That's the leader, and a couple of other
40
guys.
The 29 of Eli O'Quinn tried to get down into his pit box, and
Oh
Jason Sanders
man,
was there.
an absolute disastrous turn of events for these guys. Let's go see how that happened.
As David Collier is going to win the race off pit road. Cole Williams is in second.
Let's see how this starts. So you see, there's Eli heading down pit road, and then he tries to pull into his box. Oh, he cuts down. Yep. Hits the guy on his inside. Goes into the wall, and then he slams on the brakes, gets hit by the 95. Oh, man, that was about 3-4 trucks that were affected because of that. Not at all what these guys needed.
No, that's for sure. But we got the race off pit road here. Cole Williams actually was beat off by David Collier, but we've got about two trucks, 2 packs of trucks, each with 3 trucks in them that have that is pretty much the field right now. You've got Wes Weidman, the 39 of Aiden Kirker, and the 95 of Parker White that are trying to catch up to the lead pack, which is David Collier, Cole Williams, and Sean Mitchell there. So they're about 3 seconds behind, so they'll see how much time they can actually make up. But they've lost this lead draft, and they'll see what they can do. Aiden Kirker is pushing the 85 of Wes Weidman, almost not even leaving his bumper at all. They're going to see how much time they can make up.
Yeah, to be honest, I think unless we get a caution, I think it's just going to come down to 6 drivers. As you can see, that second pack is catching, but the next guy back is Josh Duke, and he's 15 seconds behind.
No, that's for sure. And you have to wonder, did that wreck on pit road? How big of an effect was it on these 3 behind that are trying to catch the lead pack? How much of an effect did it make on them? And is that the reason why they're this far behind? But as you see, they actually made up a little bit of time that lap, so hopefully they can get back up there and we can have a 7-car race for the win.
You can see they're about 1.7 seconds back now. Definitely gaining quickly. I think, without question, I definitely think they're going to catch them. It's just the question is, will we get a caution? And if not, how are these 6 guys going to race for the win?
Well, yeah, I mean, you see now that they got 3 lap trucks in front of them, which is actually helping them catch this lead pack here. And, with that, I think they've actually caught this lead pack almost. They're only 1.4 seconds back, so.
Yeah, I think they pretty much caught them, but they're going to have these 3 guys kind of in the way, and these guys may stay in the pack and affect the draft, so,
I think that the Kyle Durbin, the 20 of Michael Butler, and Eddie Sprill in that 27 actually are still on that lead draft, so they're actually kind of helping them in a sense, and this might be an opportunity for them to save some fuel. As we got the 77 as well, they're kind of scattering right now because the 77.
Yeah, Gangitano got put a lap down there. See the next guy, the last one on the lead lap right now is, let's see, Jason Sanders. He's just now exiting onto the back stretch, so we'll see if they catch him. Now we're looking at Wes Weidman, leading that second pack, trying to get by these lap cars.
Yeah, and I have to wonder again, are they sitting behind these lap cars again for that idea of saving fuel? I mean, they haven't. I don't really think they've even tried to make an attempt of even trying to go around them. So we'll have to see here as the 85 darts to the outside. That's actually gonna leave Parker White by himself to try to maneuver through this lap traffic. We'll see if Parker's able to get up behind Aiden Kirker, which he is. So they're gonna try to.
Try on the outside.
They're gonna try to see if they can catch that lead pack up there and make this a 6-car battle for the win.
Frankly, I think they're going to. They got 4 trucks plowing through on the outside lane. I think they're going to get a good run on these guys.
No, that's for sure. And it's really honestly impressive that they've been able to keep it green this long. And I thought that this could have been a little bit maybe a little bit more of a aggressive race, but these guys have really proven that it's a little bit cleaner. So impressive
sure.
run by these guys.
I'll tell you
'Cause
what,
we got a lot of battling for the lead up here.
Tell you what, though, it's about to get pretty aggressive here as we just have 8 laps to go. David Collier still in the lead, but he's got Cole Williams on the outside leading that top lane. Oh, they looked like they were going to go 3 wide for a second, as now you see Sean
Yep,
Mitchell.
Cole, get back in line on the bottom. And then as I say that, he jumps right back to the top.
Yeah, things are definitely starting to amp up here. Now the thing I'm wondering is, will they catch 10th place Jason Sanders? It's looking to me like they will.
Yeah, well, right now, the problem is you've got all these lap cards, which are making a big impact on this lead pack, and these leaders trying to fight for this win.
Yeah, they really are, as we just have 7 to go now. It's Sean Mitchell, giving a good push to David Collier, trying to keep him out front and keep himself clear of the top lane. Top lane's trying to get themselves organized, but they have Kyle Durbin, who's a lap truck, interfering on the bottom lane. Actually, he's getting a good push now from the 85 of Wes Weidman. And it's going to get him side by side with Collier. Question is, will it get him to the lead? It very well might. They've got some good momentum there on the top. Side by side, we'll see who leads this lap. And it was Williams by a bumper across the line. And now it looks like they're going to kind of fall back a little bit more. But that definitely showed that they can get themselves ahead of the bottom lane. I believe Dylan is
No, we're still here. Just had a little bit of difficulty here, but we're back now, and yeah, we got a great battle for the lead here.
Yes, sir. David Collier still leading, but we'll see what they can do. Wes is trying to stay aligned with Cole's bumper. Just 5 laps remaining here. Cole got a good run through the tri-oval there. We'll see if he can continue that.
And something to keep in mind then as they come up on another pack, actually a 4-car pack. One thing to keep in mind here too is that this outside lane, I don't think they're really like pushing to the max right now. It seems to me that this bottom lane really hasn't really been that organized, and the outside lane has just been bumper to bumper. And the fact that they have been able to make up as much ground, it really surprises me. So in my mind, I'm even thinking that they might be holding off, trying to be a little as aggressive as they can to, make sure that they're there at the end and make the move when it's necessary.
So this might affect things. They've caught 10th place and 9th place. Eli Quinn and Jason Sanders are both going to go a lap down now. Oh, man, some guys further back in the pack made some contact.
Wide.
Oh,
I think
wow.
one truck got the wall, but they
That
keep
got
it
pretty
clean.
sketchy.
They keep it clean here.
They had to go through a little obstacle, but they kept it clean, and they all had to go single file because of that. So now they're going to have to retry on the outside.
Yep, and we're coming up on 3 laps to go here.
Yep.
So, if these guys are going to start making a move, it's going to be happening here real quick.
Yeah,
This
for sure.
outside lane is looking pretty organized back behind that lap car of Kyle Durbin there, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see them start to generate a run here and are able to get up next to these leaders within the next lap.
You can see they're trying to side draft Kyle Durbin to keep him back. They don't want a lap car interfering. And there goes Cole jumping back to the top lane. 3 laps remaining. Can they make it work? I think they can. They actually were able to get the inside a little bit disorganized there. So they're going to
Yep,
try
and
to
it's
take advantage of
Williams
it.
actually on the outside of the leader right now. They're side by side. Cole Williams is just at his bumper, his quarter panel, just barely. We'll see if he's able to get it. Cole has a
think he
great
might.
run going down to turn number 3.
To be honest, I'm wondering if Harrison Mitchell, that's his name. I keep forgetting. It says Sean Harrison. I'm wondering if he's just going to try to push David to the whim, because he's gotten multiple opportunities to go to the top and he hasn't. So I don't know.
Well, I think with that too is that a lot of these. I think that Harrison and Cole, or not, excuse me, David are pretty close friends. So I wouldn't be surprised if Harrison takes the bull and says, hey, I'll push you. As Cole Williams gets shuffled out of the line, he gets up by the 24. He's going to go to the back. So
That
we'll
is
see if
not what Cole wanted.
it's unfortunate for Cole, but we'll see here
Wow.
as the 85 is now leading that outside line. See if he's able to do anything as we're coming back to the white flag here.
That not only screwed Cole up, but it screwed up the whole top lane. They had to really get disorganized there to try to sort things out. So we'll see if they can make it work as we come to the white flag here. 1 lap remaining here in duel number 2. Who's going to get back to the line first?
They're side by side as they go down into turn number 1. Aiden Kirker all over the back bumper of the 85 as they dive down into turn number 1.
Weidman gets pushed clear by Kirker.
Yep, Weidman is clear, but David Collier gets back to the bottom of him. They're side by side when they come out of 2.
I think the outside lane's got the advantage here.
Able to clear him
It's
to
got
the lead.
momentum.
There's no
man.
trouble helping Harrison Mitchell
It's
on
getting
the
tight
bottom.
here. It's getting really tight.
Kirker all over the back bumper of the 85 as they go down to turn number 3.
Wes has probably the best pusher at play tracks right behind him. They're going to have a run coming off of turn number 4. We'll see if they can maintain it. Oh, they make contact. Oh, they're wrecking hard crash.
Who's
But
going to win
further
at the line?
front, it's
Looks
going
like
to
it's
be
gonna be
Wes
Wes
Weidman. Wes Weidman wins duel number 2. Aiden Kirker 2nd. Sean Mitchell 3rd. Collier 4th. And White 5th. Wow.
What a great finish there at the line, side by 31 thousandths of a second. Great finish there. Wes Weidman goes from 4th to 1st and wins
That was
Flyby
crazy.
duel number 2 at Daytona.
That was crazy, man. Wow.
An
Wes
impressive run
Weidman.
to keep those drivers to keep that clean all the way up to the final corner there. Great finish by them.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll let Wes do his burnouts, but we gotta go look at that replay here real quick. Let's get that pulled up for you guys. Alrighty, let's look at it in slow motion. They're coming off of turn 4. Collier's on the inside, Wes is on the outside. Oh, Kirker and Mitchell make some contact, and that brings Mitchell back down into Collier, into Wes. Collier goes around, Wes saves it. Oh man, that brings the 95 up on, brings his back end into the air, and they're wrecking, spinning in the grass behind him. And then you see there, side by side between Kirker and Weidman. Kirker gets down into him, and Weidman barely gets it across the line by about half a truck length. A wild finish here.
Well, how about you say we get our winner in the booth here, huh? All right,
let's get
Weidman,
moving.
we've got you in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, I just want to say congratulations on that win. May I ask, what did you have to do there? I know that you guys were working the outside really well, but what was the main reason and the biggest help there to get you up there to the front to get the win?
Well, I mean, having Aiden behind me definitely helped, and I was really hoping to kind of connect up to Cole and then have Aiden have us 3 just pull out, but it looks like somebody got in a call, and that was a close call on my part, and then just running the high line, it was just one hell of a finish.
Right. And with this win, how do you think this, like, what position do you think this puts you in for tomorrow, in terms of possibly winning the race? And how does it make you feel knowing that you can start at the front and, maybe stay in a little bit of a cleaner race than maybe some of the guys in the back might have?
Well, I mean, we've seen it in real life. It doesn't really matter where you start, although it is better to start up front. I think there's going to be close to 40 trucks. There's going to be a lot of beating and banging and pit strategy, and there's a lot of things. It's a perfect storm, but no, definitely starting up front's going to help. Hopefully, we'll just try to keep it up there all night, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh,
Hey
that's for
Wes.
sure. Hayes, you got
Uh,
anything?
yeah. So we saw you make a couple of aggressive moves there, trying to make the top lane work there in the final few laps. So now that you're going to be starting up front for the 250 tomorrow, what are we going to be seeing the same kind of moves out of you throughout tomorrow's race, or are you going to try to kind of take it chill until later in the race?
Well, it's a long race. Like I said, as soon as that green flag drops, whatever you had planned goes out the window.
Right.
So we'll just get situated in the first few laps, see how the top groove, bottom groove, whatever works best, and see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, part of winning races is you got to make some crazy moves at the end, and you got to give it a try, or else you're going to lose. So, like I said, I got lucky on some of those close calls, and I'm the kind of guy that likes to try to make a window happen, but you also got to have people you trust around you and pushing you to make that happen. So,
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on that win, and hopefully, the best of luck to you tomorrow.
all right, man. Thanks.
Yep,
Alright,
no
thanks,
problem.
Wes.
All right, that was
Alrighty,
Wes
so
Wyman, your winner of duel number 2 at Daytona.
so
Yeah.
let's run through the race results here really quick, and then we'll kind of talk about the night and how everything went. So, here are your race results here for duel number 2. Wes Weidman brings home the win by 3/100ths of a second over Aiden Kirker. Third place is Sean Mitchell. Fourth is David Collier, and Parker White rounds out the top 5. Cole Williams finishes 6th, Pierce Maffett 7th, Josh Duke 8th, Kyle Durbin 9th, and Anthony Gangitano rounds out the top 10.
Yep, and you're going to have Eddie Spriel bring it home in 11th place. Michael Butler is going to bring it home in 12th. Eli O'Quinn finishing 13th. Jason Sanders finishing 14th. Monty James Jr., who actually I don't think will even start in the poll tomorrow now that he finished a lap down, brought it home in 15th place. Brad Green finishing 16th place in that 11. Richard Kirker, unfortunate for him, finishing in 17th. And that is going to wrap up your field.
Alrighty, so now really
Yeah, I think it was a great, great image of what we could possibly see tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a wild race. You're going to have both of these races pretty much combined into one, and they're going to be going for a much bigger prize. So, I think it's going to be good, and I think that you're probably going to see more guys near the front try to stay up there and fight for that position to stay up there. As we talked about earlier. A lot of these guys have said staying up front, and especially with the pitch strategy and everything, that's where they like being. So I think you'll see that, and I think in my opinion tomorrow, I think you'll see the outside lane prevail more. Seeing that there's more cars, I think there's going to be a lot more guys that are going to risk going up there and try to get to the front throughout the race. And hopefully we do see that, because it does make for an exciting race, and I think it should be a good race tomorrow.
I think so too, and really, I think what we saw tonight is pure Daytona racing, especially for these trucks. We saw in Duel 1, we saw aggressive racing, but we also saw, double file, or double wide, I should say, but also calm racing, if that makes sense. We had a few cautions, which was, I don't know, it was kind of odd to me because I felt like in the first duel we had you know, side by side, but also calm racing, and I believe 3 or 4 cautions. In this race, we didn't have any cautions, but we had some pretty aggressive racing. So I think that's kind of funny how that worked out. But in this race, we definitely had more single file racing than we did in the first one. But you know what? I think every driver, played that as well as you could. Every driver they all raced each other with respect. We saw good racing, and that's definitely making me look forward to tomorrow's race. Now, those of you in the chat, I don't believe we will be broadcasting tomorrow, but we should be broadcasting race 2 of the truck series. So yeah, we will see you guys then, and thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, go follow us on Instagram, all that. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next race. Have a good night, guys.